We're live. We're live. This is another episode of the DataDistillr Masterclass series. Special episode. We're at our corporate office. We actually have a recording studio set up in the corporate office. I'm with a coworker of mine, Monty Rahman. That's the main man. And everyone, our customers and our partners who know Monty, he always just gives a shout out like, hello, hello.
Hello, 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 hello. Glad to be here. You know, I've seen virtually all of the episodes ever since I've joined DataDistillr, and I got to say, it's awesome to be on one. So I'm really looking forward to just riffing, vibing, and let's get into it.
I love it. I love it. And everyone that knows, every time I'm in corporate, I always have a seat problem. So we drop the seat again. And this episode is an important episode. One of the things that we do a lot at DataDistillr is we're thoughtful in our design on how we use data. And Monty is one of our sector experts when it comes to APIs.
Yes, application programming interfaces. Yep, I'm the guy that, I can configure them. I can, the accessibility, the information, the resources regarding them, all of the great things that allow the movement, the transfer, and the access of data.
It's amazing how many companies use APIs. And what's interesting also, if I double click on APIs, it's interesting that some APIs are in the cloud. Some are not in your cloud. So if we talk about some of the work that you've done with ServiceNow or Salesforce, I mean, there's a lot of APIs out there that are not in the cloud that we work with. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you want to talk through what you're seeing or what excites you about enriching data with APIs and how DataDistillr is kind of weaving those data sources together.
So the thing that's with APIs and enhancing your data with it is it allows external data sources or internal to be merged into your own data set, giving you completely new insights and opportunities to expand your data analysis, your algorithms. You can even launch it further into machine learning. And this really opens up the horizon to the possibilities you can do, to the things you can achieve. It really changes the game. Any application programming interface really is game changing, and it's actually the future of moving data.
Yeah. When we did our prep for the show, we were thinking about what should we title the show, and it was a great insight. API everything. Yeah. That is such a powerful statement. But you still have to be able to join and query APIs, and I think we do that better than most. Mm-hmm. Out of the APIs that you're playing with, I think there's an interesting part of this question. Some of our customers not only like to have access to the APIs, they also want us to write a few canned queries or get started queries. And we do everything in SQL. Again, this is something that Monty does. Are you surprised also when you get asked to do some queries for customers? Do you think that is also the future of it, is like put together the API and help people that maybe don't know how to code? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, so the thing is, the beauty of our program and our environment is that it's a low-code environment. It allows even someone without the experience to just jump right in and get right into their data analysis and exploration. And our tool also allows for the integration of those APIs to work with your local data or your own cloud services and environment. So when we have like potentials and they share their data and they share us, like their APIs, I'm able to query it and say, hey, did you get a chance to see this insight? Was it helpful? Was it not helpful? Did you see that it was there? Things of that nature. And it's really exciting to explore and find those things.
And we are recording live from our DataDistillr headquarters. We have a studio. And I also think that this is almost such the future of how to communicate with our partners, with our customers, with our potential customers. Monty has done a lot with video. And one of the things that is enjoyable about this is one of the rare times where we get to co-broadcast, because I live in a different state and we came in to do this type of recording. And what's interesting is so many of our customers are spread out through the country. So I'm constantly watching Monty on Zoom calls and always, here's how you use the API. Here's how the API works. Here's why it's important. And the first part of this conversation, we've been talking about APIs, ServiceNow, Salesforce. Let's think of those APIs. There's another API. We do have an API, the DataDistillr Share API. Do you want to talk through? I mean, that's our lightning product.
Game changing, absolutely. So with DataDistillr, you're able to access your own database and then export that query data via an API into another environment, completely merging your pipeline. You can have something that you're not used to having. You have to like, oh, I have to find a way to move this information. What better way to move it than via an export API into Python, R? Completely game changing. It allows for an organization's pipeline to be completely flowing. It's like a river stream, you know.
Yeah.
This pipeline, it's not steps, you know. You're not going up a ladder. You're now like a river. It's completely game changing. Yeah.
I think as well. I love the river idea. And that goes back to API everything. What's so interesting is now through the API and joins, you can grab your Salesforce information. You can grab ServiceNow information using those as examples. You can join them and you can run your queries, but I want to share them. I maybe want to share them with my client. Yeah. Maybe I want to share them with a coworker. So API everything. Now we don't have to keep sending Slack notes.
No, you don't need to send a zip file. I don't need to, hey, Darren, see attached in an email. I just say, hey, Darren, here's this code. Plug this code in, play with the data. That's it. Plug and play. Boom, pow. You get the data, you can query it. It's just, and the good thing about our data, about our exports API code, is that it gives a sense of, uniform. It gives a sense of, I was able to generate queried results. You don't have to go through querying it. You don't have to go about aggregating, merging, joining your data. Everything that you were able to do in the environment and platform, you made my life so much easier. You did all the grunt work, the hard work. You gave me the code. You said, hey, you need this for your Salesforce. You need this for your customers, whatever you need it for. It's done and it's ready to roll.
This is the guy. This is the guy. So when you think about APIs and you're using APIs or you want to use an API and you're struggling with capturing your data sources and you want to up your game, check out DataDistillr.com. We are an Oracle partner. We can work on cloud. We can work on-prem. And this man here is the one that's going to help delight you when it comes to how do you use your APIs to enrich your data sources.
Absolutely.
So, and we always enjoy to hang out here. Now, I'm going to throw one more thing about Monty as it's nice to meet coworkers. So Monty and I have been working together for about over a year.
Yeah.
And what was delightful about working with Monty, we met when he was, I think, just graduating school.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we met and we were working on some projects together. And this was someone that I wanted to work with. Do you want to talk through, or maybe give just advice to people that are studying data science, that are studying or coming into the space, what it's like, what are the new tooling? Because I think it's really important now that you understand that, of course, we're talking about APIs, but I want you also to always meet the people behind DataDistillr.
Yeah, great. Awesome point. Thank you, Darren. I was really looking forward to working with you as well. The company culture is great and everything. What I would give advice to a newcomer into the data science world is pay attention to the detail. There's always going to be the biggest insight in the detail, and patience is very important. It allows you to, you're going to have some bumps in the road. You're going to have some like, oh, my environment or my tool, my query engine isn't very supportive of the task that I'm trying to complete. DataDistillr, it'll help you out with that. It'll help you out with that big time, but be patient and remember that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and that's the data.
Well, I think what's also interesting of what he's saying is the attention to detail. It's also in the way he manages his team. It's also the way that how he communicates up and to the left and to the right of him, especially when we're in this remote work environment where we have to make sure we properly annotate and catalog and communicate.
Yeah, absolutely. Spot on. Yeah, it's really a new scene, No one's prepared you for this. No one said, hey, you got it, this is coming. But we're trucking through, we're making our way through the horizon, and it's really great stuff.
And the customers that work with Monty are delighted. He's on these calls. He's walking you through how to use the API to delight you. Then there's the reporting he's working on. So for us, this is the DataDistillr Master Series. Our commitment to the Master Class series is to bring you data thought leaders to inspire you to do bigger, broader exploration with your data, to also see what other vendors are out there like us that are working in the ecosystem alongside of Dremio. We're working with Snowflake. We're working with all these big APIs. So if you are using those bigger tools, and then you want to be able to join data sets, we work with all of them. And this is a great way for you to meet us. So again, this is Monty Rahman.
Yes.
And he sits in Baltimore. This is our headquarters. We thank you for watching the Masterclass series on LinkedIn Live. And for more information about us, you can go to DataDistillr.com. And if you are an Oracle user, we are an Oracle partner. You can find us in the Oracle Marketplace. Monty?
Yes. Thank you.
Man. Good riff with you. And as he says, hello, hello.
Goodbye, goodbye.
Goodbye, goodbye. Thanks, everybody. See you soon.